Egypt's 5 greatest unsolved mysteries. Secrets the desert refuses to tell. What if I told you that beneath the sands of Egypt lie secrets so explosive they could rewrite human history? What if the greatest pharaohs deliberately hid chambers filled with forbidden knowledge, lost technology, and treasures that make Tutankhamun's tomb look like pocket change? Today, we're diving deep into 5 archaeological mysteries that have obsessed explorers for over a century. From a pyramid that screams in structural agony to a lost tomb that could contain humanity's first medical textbooks, these aren't just ancient puzzles. They're active crime scenes where modern technology is finally cracking codes that have stumped us for millennia. But I have to warn you, what you're about to discover might make you question everything you thought you knew about ancient Egypt. Before we begin, I need you to do something. Look at the like button right now. By the end of this video, that button is going to glow differently. Are you ready to descend into the darkness with me? We begin our journey 30 kilometers south of Cairo, in the haunting emptiness of the Dashur Desert. Here stands one of Egypt's most disturbing monuments, a pyramid that appears to be collapsing in slow motion, frozen mid-scream for over 4,600 years. This is Pharaoh Sneferu's bent pyramid, and it's not supposed to look like this. Rising 105 meters into the desert sky, it starts with the confidence of a 54-degree incline, steep, proud, ambitious. But then, something goes horribly wrong. Halfway up, the angle suddenly drops to a defeated 43 degrees, as if the pyramid is bending under some invisible weight. Built around 2600 BC during what archaeologists call the Pyramid Race of the Old Kingdom, this limestone colossus represents humanity's first attempt at a smooth-sided pyramid. It was supposed to be perfect. Instead, it became the world's most spectacular architectural failure. But wait, before we go deeper, I want you to guess something. In the comments right now, tell me, what do you think caused this pyramid to bend? Was it A, divine curse, B, structural failure, or C, alien intervention? The answer will blow your mind. But here's where it gets truly disturbing. Recent multispectral imaging has revealed the pyramid's dark secret. Internal stress fractures spiderweb through its core like a shattered windshield. The builders used unstable local limestone, compounded by inadequate foundation calculations on shifting sands. This wasn't just poor planning. It was a disaster waiting to happen. The mystery deepens when we venture inside. In the upper burial room, archaeologists found cedarwood fragments bearing Sneferu's cartouche lying beside an empty sarcophagus. The lower chamber remains inaccessible behind collapsed passages. But ground-penetrating radar has detected something that shouldn't exist: a third subterranean vault beneath the pyramid's heart. This hidden chamber measures 15 by 15 meters and shows no signs of entry since construction. Dr. Rainer Stadelman theorizes this was Sneferu's intended tomb, abandoned when structural groaning echoed through the shafts after 14 years of construction. The pyramid's sudden bend wasn't an aesthetic choice. It was emergency engineering to prevent total collapse. Most chilling are worker inscriptions found at nearby Mitem. The sand drank the king's dream, and the Ka turned its back on the House of Stone. Was this $2 billion modern equivalent project cursed by divine disfavor? With infrared thermography showing severe internal heat spots indicating more hidden chambers, the bent pyramid remains a frozen scream of pharaonic ambition. But if you think a cursed pyramid is disturbing, wait until you hear about the man who built the first pyramid, and then vanished from history entirely. But first, let me tell you about today's sponsor. Speaking of ancient mysteries, have you ever wondered about the mysteries hidden in your own DNA? Today's video is sponsored by MyHeritage DNA. Just like we're using cutting-edge technology to unlock Egypt's secrets, MyHeritage uses advanced genetic analysis to unlock your family's hidden history. With their latest update, you can trace your lineage back over 2,000 years, maybe even to ancient Egypt itself. Beneath the ancient necropolis of Saqqara lies archaeology's most elusive prize, the burial chamber of a man who achieved something no human before or since has managed. He became a god while still mortal. Meet Imhotep, the commoner who revolutionized civilization. As chief architect to Pharaoh Djoser around 2667 BC, this polymath engineered humanity's first stone colossus, the Step Pyramid. But he wasn't just an architect. He authored medical texts on tumor removal and spinal treatments, so advanced that he was worshipped as a healing deity for 2,400 years. Yet here's the mind-bending paradox. The man who built the first pyramid, who became a god, who laid the foundation for all of Egypt's architectural wonders, his own tomb has vanished completely. 150 years of excavation, and we have found absolutely nothing. The search reached fever pitch in the 1960s when British archaeologist Walter Emery made a disturbing discovery in North Saqqara. He uncovered the sacred animal necropolis, kilometer-long catacombs packed with 4 million mummified ibises, baboons, and bulls. These weren't just random burials. They were offerings left by pilgrims seeking Imhotep's divine intervention. Emery became obsessed with Mastaba 3518, where ceilings stamped with Djoser's Serek and ritual offering tables suggested a royal connection. But his obsession would prove fatal. In 1970, Emery suffered a stroke at the dig site and died. Some say the desert claimed him before he could reveal Imhotep's location. But modern technology has picked up where Emery left off. In 2023, muon tomography, cosmic ray scanners that can see through solid rock, detected a 30-meter-deep anomaly beneath Djoser's pyramid courtyard. It's a rectangular void, matching 3rd Dynasty elite tomb dimensions. Dr. Z. Hawass has proposed a theory so controversial it could shatter everything we know about ancient Egypt. Imhotep was entombed within his pharaoh's monument, making him the only non-royal buried in a king's pyramid complex. Think about the implications. His undisturbed burial could contain the world's oldest medical scrolls, evidence of his rumored blood tie to Djoser, and blueprints for humanity's first architectural revolution. The man who taught us to build toward the heavens may be sleeping directly beneath our feet, waiting for the moment when technology finally catches up to his genius. And if you're enjoying these mind-bending revelations, smash that like button. We're just getting started. But ancient genius took many forms. Sometimes it looked like medicine and architecture. Other times, it looked like something that shouldn't have existed for another 2,000 years. The Temple of Hathor at Dendera houses Egypt's most controversial relief, carvings that have ignited a global debate about the true extent of ancient technology. Are we looking at religious symbols or evidence of lost science that challenges everything we believe about human history? Carved around 50 BC, these 10-ton basalt panels depict priestesses holding giant crescent vessels with serpentine filaments coiled inside, connected via braided cables to a pedestal guarded by a jackal-headed god. Orthodox Egyptology interprets this as the birth of Harsamtis myth, the snake-filled lotus symbolizing dawn's first light. But in 1982, engineer Walter Garn ignited global controversy when his glass recreations filled with argon gas emitted an eerie blue light when electrified. Could the ancient Egyptians have mastered electrical technology 2,000 years before Edison? The evidence is genuinely disturbing. The temple's underground crypts show no soot residue from torches, despite being completely enclosed. They feature reflective ceilings and sophisticated ventilation shafts. Recent X-ray fluorescence scans revealed electrum traces on the filaments, a gold-silver alloy that happens to be an excellent conductor. The debate intensified with discoveries in the Cairo Museum's collection. Terracotta pots from 250 BC containing copper cylinders and asphalt plugs that produce 1.1 volts when filled with vinegar. These Baghdad batteries suggest ancient peoples understood basic electrochemistry. Could priestesses have used primitive electroplating for gilded statues? The technical knowledge required would revolutionize our understanding of ancient capabilities. But Dr. Boko Stern's 2021 study notes that the cables precisely match surviving Ptolemaic rope artifacts, while the god pedestal resembles ritual naos shrines. Whether sacred metaphor or lost science, Dendera's walls pulse with questions about ancient innovation's boundaries. Sometimes the most profound mysteries aren't about what we've lost, but about what we refuse to consider possible. Quick question for the scholars in the audience. If you could ask one question to a Dendera priest from 2,000 years ago, what would it be? Drop your questions in the comments, and I'll feature the best ones in next week's video about ancient Egyptian technology. But if you think ancient electrical technology is controversial, wait until you hear about the archaeological cover-up that's been hiding in plain sight for nearly a decade. The glittering treasures of Tutankhamun's tomb mask Egyptology's most explosive secret, a conspiracy that reaches from ancient burial chambers to modern museum boardrooms. This isn't just about lost treasure. This is about deliberate suppression of discoveries that could rewrite the history of ancient Egypt's most powerful dynasty. In 2015, British Egyptologist Nicholas Reeves was analyzing high-resolution scans of KV-62's burial chamber when his software detected something impossible. Beneath the plaster, phantom lines traced two sealed doorways with distinct northward orientations matching royal tomb designs. But these weren't ancient irregularities. They were deliberately hidden entrances. The evidence mounts disturbingly. Paintings in Tut's tomb uniquely depict him performing funerary rites for Nefertiti. DNA analysis confirms Tut's mother was the younger lady, Mummy, but Nefertiti's body remains unidentified. Gold leaf in Tut's treasury bears Nefertiti's erased cartouche beneath gilding. Radar scans by Hirokazu Watanabe in 2016 showed organic material and metallic objects in voids behind the north wall. The readings suggested a chamber filled with grave goods, possibly including a mummified body. Then came the political firestorm. Egypt's Antiquities Ministry announced 90% certainty of hidden chambers, then abruptly silenced further scans. Zahi Hawass dismissed findings as fantasy, while Reeves accused authorities of protecting tourism revenue over archaeological truth. But why would they suppress this discovery? The stakes are staggering. Nefertiti's intact tomb could contain her mummified remains and funerary mask, scrolls detailing her co-regency with Akhenaten, forbidden art from the monotheistic revolution, and evidence of Tutankhamun's contested lineage. Infrared spectroscopy in 2023 detected cellulose fibers, possibly papyrus, in a void. Independent researchers are now smuggling ground-penetrating radar systems into the valley, determined to expose the truth despite official resistance. This 3,300-year-old mystery has become a modern thriller, with the most powerful queen in Egyptian history trapped behind a wall of politics, tourism, and archaeological ego. The question isn't whether Nefertiti is there, it's whether we'll ever be allowed to find her. Update. As I was editing this video, new thermal imaging results were leaked showing temperature anomalies behind Tutankhamun's tomb walls. The Egyptian government has not commented, but sources suggest excavation permits may be granted in late 2024. I'll be covering this story as it develops. Make sure you're subscribed with notifications on so you don't miss the latest updates. But sometimes the greatest tragedies aren't about what we're hiding. They're about what we're losing forever. Our final mystery is a race against time itself. Somewhere beneath the desert's sands lies a wonder that ancient historians claim dwarfed the pyramids, and it's dissolving before our eyes. In 450 BC, Herodotus walked through what he called a work beyond words, the Egyptian labyrinth near Lake Moeris. 12 roofed courts face each other, he wrote, with 3,000 chambers, half below earth, half above, connected by winding passages that baffle strangers. According to his account, 12 Middle Kingdom pharaohs built this administrative religious complex around 1800 BC to house every known god alongside archives of Egyptian knowledge. It was humanity's first bureaucratic megacity, and then it vanished from history. For centuries, scholars dismissed it as legend, until 2008's Madaha expedition used ground-penetrating radar at Hawara and detected a buried limestone slab 304 meters square, larger than Giza's pyramid base, lying 8 meters deep. But here's the horror. Rising groundwater from Nile irrigation has flooded the site, dissolving limestone walls into slurry. UNESCO's 2022 sonar mapping shows 40% of the structure has dissolved since detection. We're watching history dissolve in real time. The race against time has revealed tantalizing clues. Drill cores contain gilded plaster fragments and papyrus fibers. This could be the mother lode of Middle Kingdom history. Lost mathematical papyri, ritual object from provincial cults, records of Egypt's first bureaucratic state, the original Hall of Records. Submersible drones now probe waterlogged chambers, but each day brings more collapse. The labyrinth may surrender its secrets before vanishing forever, a metaphor for knowledge itself dissolving into the desert. This is happening right now. UNESCO needs funding for emergency preservation. If this story moves you, I've linked to their preservation fund in the description. Even $5 could help save a piece of human history that's disappearing as we speak. These 5 mysteries form an archaeological constellation revealing ancient Egypt's genius for engineered ambiguity. The bent pyramid's collapse became a lesson in divine fallibility. IMHOTEP'S absent tomb fueled his deification. DENDERA'S reliefs balanced metaphor and innovation. NEFERTITI'S hidden chamber embodies power's invisible architecture. The drowning labyrinth mirrors knowledge's fragility. Modern science now illuminates the darkness with muon tomography mapping pyramids with cosmic rays, CRISPR analysis decoding mummy DNA from skin flakes, and AI accelerating hieroglyphic translation 200-fold. Yet these enigmas expose uncomfortable truths about us. Our need to romanticize the past, our obsession with concealed knowledge, and our paralysis when faced with vanishing history. As muon scanners whisper through Sneferu's stones and submersibles probe flooded chambers, one revelation triumphs. Egypt's greatest artifact is human curiosity itself. The desert guards its secrets in sand and silence. But the quest reshapes who we are. For as Imhotep wrote in a surviving fragment, to question the past is to build eternity's foundation. Which of these mysteries fascinates you most? Are we on the verge of discoveries that will rewrite history, or are we chasing shadows in the sand? Here's what I want you to do right now. First, smash that like button if this video gave you chills. Second, in the comments, rank these mysteries from 1 to 5 based on which one you think will be solved first. Third, share this video with someone who loves unsolved mysteries. They'll thank you for it. And finally, subscribe and ring that notification bell. Remember, every mystery we solve reveals 10 new questions. The desert is vast, and its secrets are infinite. Until next time, keep questioning everything.